Hello once again and welcome to my attempt at the Steptoe puzzle for today. I'm starting with folk, which has been quite lucky. I've got 2 out of the 4 letters already. F-E-L, is it a T or an L, the last letter? Let's try a T, and that was correct. So if you haven't seen this before, it's a 4, a 5, a 6 and a 7 letter word that you need to guess one after the other, but with only 20 total guesses. We started with folk dance. Let's try polka next. If you've got suggestions for 4 linked words that you want me to start with, leave a comment down below. As you can see, I'm going with dances for today. Let's try broke, and that was correct. It could have been stoke, as in stoking the fire. There were lots of options there. With the K being in 4th, it was quite likely that the E would be 5th and the O would be 3rd. So there was some education in that guess. It wasn't a complete shot in the dark, but still obviously quite lucky. Let's try ballet next for my 6-letter dance. And we've got the E, but it's not 5th, so it's not an ER or an ED ending. Unfortunately, we haven't got the L, which means trying a double L has backfired, but never mind. Let's try and search for some more information. The C is 5th, so it's fairly likely to end ACE. It can't be menace or palace or anything like that. The second letter can't be A or E. So what does that tell us? Is the second letter going to be a vowel, and if so, which vowel? I don't know actually. I mean the last letter could be a K or a Y, but then I still would have to fit in the E and the A early on in the word. So I'm gonna go down this line of thought a little bit longer. Unpace, unmace. I think unlace is probably the most likely of those to be a word, but we've used up the L of course, so it can't be correct. Is pomace a word? Well, it's accepted it. And we know now that the first letter is the A. Interesting. Are we going to have... We're going to have another vowel then, aren't we? So is it something like... Oh, it's not even a piece because we've used the P. So what can this be? Is it an ICE ending? Or is there a U involved? There still could be a repeated E. Interesting. A juice? I don't think that's a word. I don't know what this word is. It could be an ENCE ending, perhaps? What would that last remaining letter be? Agents, as in agency? Is that even a word? I think I'm going to go for it, see if it accepts it. Okay, it doesn't even accept it, so it's clearly not a word. So, how about with an I? Can I think of a word with the I involved? Advice. Oh, that's not correct. There has to be a U then, surely. Because there can't be another A, there could be an E. But it's more likely, I think, that there's a U. I'm thinking adduce, is that a word? As in adjudicate? No. What is this word then? I feel like I definitely should be able to get it from this stage. I got 4 out of the 6 letters. Again, I'm sure you're all screaming at the screen. Let me know if you could do better. What is this word then? Is that a word? It is, okay, so it was probably the word I was thinking of when I tried to choose, I just spelt it wrong. Anyway, let's go back to the dances. I'm going to end with a Kaylee. I hope I'm pronouncing that right for any Irish... Oh, I'm definitely spelling it right though, aren't I? I'm very surprised that that's not accepted. I'm going to have to go for dancing instead. And I'm going to be a little bit relieved to see that there isn't a C or an I, so even if I had tried Kaylee, it wouldn't have helped that much, possibly. So what are we going to do next? The N is in 6th position, which looks unhelpful. Is the last letter going to be a Y? Is it an A-N-Y ending? Or is it an A-N-D ending? We can't have a duplicated N, so it can't be a U-N start. And it can't start with the D. Anything I think of that ends A-N-D just feels like a country. Which obviously is not allowed. Let's try rebrand. I'm very confused. That's definitely a word. I didn't think that was a word, but I thought I'd try it. RE words are always a little bit difficult. I suspect the word list thinks that it's got a hyphen in, which is why it's not being allowed. But I'm fairly confident that rebrand should be allowed. But anyway, moving on. What am I going to guess instead? Resound. Okay, so it was an ND ending, and I should have used the A, shouldn't I? Forgot about that. Is upstand a word then? It's not. Oh, well, it is because it's accepted it, but it's not correct. So, where is the U going to go? Is it husband? Interesting. So if it had let me do Kaylee, I would have got the H and absolutely nothing else. Now, I would have got the D, actually, so I would have had the H and the D, and I would have probably been very confused, because I don't know what words have an H and a D in, but not an E, apart from husband, obviously. I'm sure there are plenty of others. But it couldn't have started with... No, it couldn't have ended with the D. Or no, the H. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I actually was getting worse for those last two. Those were quite difficult words, I think. Husband ends in a D, but not ED. I think that was quite a difficult word. But I still had 6 guesses left. So not too bad. Let me know how you got on. That's Steptool. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.